Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all today to our YouTube channel. I ask you all, if you all ain't subscribed to it, I ask you all to please share us around. Uh, Today, I'm going to be sharing a dream with you all today. Uh, this type of dream here, I don't know what to make of it, but I'll leave it all up to you all to make your own choices and decisions. And but I'm just going to go ahead and get right on into it and read it to you. It says, I was given and shown to me in a dream of two scenes on January the 1st of 2023. This is what I saw within the two dreams. The first dream I remember being in a home and I remember others being there in the place with me. I remember the outside being cold and that it was during the winter time. Suddenly, I started hearing the winds on the outside start to get stronger, and as I looked out of the door, I saw the trees begin to sway back and forth, and the clouds began to get darker and darker. I began to see lightning and hear thunder, as I knew then that a storm was approaching. The weather had gotten enough for a possible tornado to occur. This type of storm that occurred, as I thought to myself, was out of season, as this storm occurred during the winter time of the year. I remember then looking at everyone that was there with me, telling everyone as I said to them, this is winter time. Once I told that this was winter time, we all gathered and began to pray. And were gathered as we were praying, the storm began to decrease and die down, and the sun began shining through the clouds. After dreaming of the out of season storm, I was then immediately given a second dream. Now, the storm dream during the winter time, that was the first dream. Now, the second dream was kind of odd, and I really don't know what to make of it. And if you all have any suggestions, you can feel free and give your all thoughts and opinions on either one of these dreams. But the second one is because I had this one right after the storm dream. Maybe they'd go together. I don't know. Hopefully, he'll reveal it to me sometime soon. I was then immediately given a second dream. Within this dream, I remember being in a building or facility with several floor levels. All the lower structures were for containment, as it all had steel bars and doors on all the rooms. There were also several individuals on all the lower levels, as they all appeared to be guards. I seen other individuals as they had on what looked like white colored lab coats. The upper levels were like stores and living quarters. It later came to me that this facility I was in was an underground facility. However, I still did not know where this facility was located. I just knew it was all in the ground, and it appeared that the lower levels were used for containment. But once again, I didn't know uh, at the time containment for what. As I continued watching the guards and the others in lab coats walking around checking on all the closed up chambers and cells, I could hear strange noises coming from the cells and chambers from the lower levels. I didn't know at the time what the strange noises were coming from. I just knew of what was in the cells and chambers was alive. I remember thinking and asking myself, what type of facility was this? This is no ordinary facility. It also came to me that the way this facility was built meant that everyone stayed here to work as nobody left this facility. I remember a couple of the guards for some reason coming up and asking what all I was trained in. I started replying to them, letting them know how many years of service. Suddenly I heard an alarm, immediately began seeing everyone running, going in different directions. I seen the individuals in lab coats go into rooms and chambers where they all locked the doors as they went into the rooms. I seen all the guards running through out all the hallways, checking all the cells and chambers where things were being contained and held. I still did not know what was being contained. The guards and I found that some of the cell doors were open. The guards immediately began a search, and once again, I still do not know what we were looking for or who. Then I began to hear conversations between the guards as they started talking about. Now, this here's where it starts to get kind of crazy. As they started talking about hybrids and Nephilim, I did not know what to think about what they were talking about, as they all kept talking among themselves of hybrids and Nephilim escaping out of their cells, and that they all had to be found immediately. Then it came to me that what we were all looking for was not totally human. I then asked myself, what are they working on down here? Everyone began saying they could not let the hybrid and Nephilim reach the surface. So I myself began to help search all the levels of the facility. As I was searching, I began to see some of the hybrids and Nephilim that the guards had caught and seized, and much to my surprise, some of them were extremely huge in size, and much at times I've seen where the guards were having to use some type of devices to control them to get them back to their containment chambers and cells. As I continued looking, I seen movement around the desk, and as I walked over to the desk or counter, I seen something like it was totally camouflaged, like a chameleon, which made it extremely difficult to see. I had another guard to come over to where I was before getting a hold of whatever it was that I had found to help capture it and contain it. Once we both caught it, then the body of it then come out of its camouflage appearance, where I was then able to get a better look at it, where it looked to me as part human and part reptilian or serpent type entity or being. I could hardly believe my eyes at what I was looking at. I remember the guard using some type of device, one again to get the part human, part serpent being or entity to obey his commandments to get it back into its containment cell or chamber. After they were all caught and contained, I started walking all the hallways of the lower levels of the underground facility, and from what I saw was that none of what I was seeing was totally human, as they all were part human and part something else. Again, I began asking myself, what are they working on? And how long have they been working on this and for who? Then I remembered what the guards were talking about during the conversation, as they were all saying hybrids and the Nephilim. And this here is where the dream ended and I woke up. I had these two dreams back to back, one right after the other. I had the one that was the storm out of season, and then I had this other one, the second dream. Uh, I myself really don't know what to make of that second dream. I really don't. Uh, I know that the storm dream, it could be like a storm, out of season, but we are to always keep watch because things can, it's like a warning dream that can happen. But the second dream, I just don't know. If you all know anything about it or give know any interpretation of that second one, it's kind of wild to me, but that's what I dreamed, and that's what was given to me. But feel free to share it around. And again, if you know anything about it, please or can interpret, contact me. Let me know. That way it'll help me, or I'll just have to wait until he reveals it to me. But I want to say again, if y'all haven't already subscribed, those of y'all watching, I want to thank y'all for watching and has subscribed. And if you ain't subscribed, I ask you please to do so and help share us around. Give us a thumbs up and a like and everything, because it helps our channel out. But I want to say uh, Happy New Year of the new year of 2023. I hope y'all, pray that y'all had a great Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I want to say be safe to y'all and God bless to y'all and y'all's families, and be safe.